We are on the threshold of another red letter day of India, 23rd January, birth anniversary of Netaji. The relation between these two great souls was so close. Netaji himself says, I quote, if Swamiji had been alive today, he would have been my guru, or I would have accepted him as my guru, unquote. Netaji further says, reckless in his sacrifice, unceasing in his activity, boundless in his love, profound and versatile in his wisdom, exuberant in his emotions, merciless in his attacks, but yet simple as a child. Swamiji was a fighter to the core of his being. Vivekananda told about himself, quote unquote, I am condensed India. Vivekananda loved India and he wanted his disciples to fall in love with India. To this effect, chemistry of both Swamiji and Netaji was one and the same. Netaji wanted to be a monk of the Ramakrishna order, Ramakrishna mission. It was in his 18 that he reached the feet of Swami Suviranandaji Maharaj, the foremost among the brother disciples of Swami Vivekananda and the first president of the Ramakrishna order. Ratna Ghosh, a Netaji researcher, mentions in her essay Subhas Chandra, the true heir of Swami Vivekananda, thus, I quote, she wrote, he went over to Benares to meet Swami Brahmananda, who never failed to recognize this mettlesome youth. He advised Subhas Chandra that conventional life of renunciation was not meant for him, but he would have to dedicate himself to the services of the motherland with a spirit of self-denial and self-abnegation, unquote. We have heard the same narrative from Swami Nirvananandaji Maharaj, a personal sevak of Swami Brahmanandaji, who was a personal witness to this conversation between Subhas and Raja Maharaj. Netaji was so much influenced by Ramakrishna Vivekananda that he did not hesitate to say, again I quote, this socialism didn't derive its birth from the books of Karl Marx. It had its origin in the thought and culture of India. Quoted. Did Netaji hint at Vivekananda's Vedantic socialism then? Swamiji found its roots in the traditional Indian culture. Nachuk tahate Shama, let Shama dance there, was a poem by Swamiji. This poem was very close to Netaji's heart. Netaji very often recited the poem with so much of emotions that at times, while reciting this poem, he used to be lost in himself. Perhaps this poem had a message for Netaji about his destination and reflection of the spirit found concrete shape in his founding Azad Hind Fauj, INA. Let me quote a stanza from this poem. Unending battle, that verily is his sacred worship, constant defeat, let that not unnerve thee, shattered be little self, hope, name and fame, set up a pyre of them, and make thy heart a burning ground, and let Shama dance there. Subhas Chandra was so much influenced by Vivekananda's gospel of Neo-Vedanta, or one may say practical Vedanta, that before going to Mandar jail, he established an orphanage in South Calcutta. Now also this Dakshin Kolkata Sevashram is going on under the inspiration of Netaji and it is located at a stone's throw from Ramakrishna Mission Seva Pratishthan as it stands today. Netaji wrote a letter from the jail. I again quote, "I can leave Congress, but I can't leave Sevasrama." To both Swamiji and Netaji, India was the queen of adoration. The summum bonum of Swamiji's concept of education is man-making and character building. Netaji was in 100% agreement with Swamiji in this regard. Netaji echoed Vivekananda when he said, "There is nothing that lures me more than a life of adventure away from the beaten track and in search of the unknown. To this path I call my countrymen." Already I have mentioned 3 poems composed by Swami Vivekananda were very much liked by Netaji. These are number 1, Kali the Mother, number 2, the Song of the Sannyasin, and number 3, the Cup. Netaji used to very often recite from Kali the Mother, "Who dares misery love, and hark the form of death, dance in destruction's dance, to him the mother comes." Even during his INA days, Netaji used to visit Ramakrishna Mission centers in India and abroad. He was very impressed to see Swamiji's gospel of Neo Vedanta, to serve the giver with the spirit of worshipping Shiva, being translated into action by the sannyasins of the Ramakrishna order. He expressed this view when he visited Shishu Mangal, now Shiva Pratishthan, as I have already mentioned, Calcutta Student Zone, Belghoria, and Devghar Vidyapit, Baidyanath Dham. These are the centers which inspired Netaji, and the centers also with appreciated profusely by Netaji for their Shiva Gyane Jeev Seva. When he was in Singapore, he used to come to Singapore Ramakrishna Mission at midnight and quietly go inside the temple and meditate at least for 2 hours, and then before the dawn he used to hand over the key to Swami Bhaskarananda, the then head of Singapore Ashrama, and leave the place. Sometime he used to be deeply absorbed in discussing Vedanta with the Swami. This used to continue for hours together. It was a God's sight indeed. Sometime he used to send car for the Swami, and both of them used to discuss the theological matters hours after hours in Netaji's residence in Singapore. He inaugurated the hostel for the orphan boys at Singapore Ramakrishna Mission. He donated $50,000 himself and got another $50,000 as donation from one of his friends to construct that hostel, and later Netaji inaugurated the hostel building. There is wonderful and striking similarity in Swamiji's dream and Netaji's. Both of them asked one and all to love death, nachu tahate shema. Before I wrap up, I again quote from Netaji researcher Ratna Ghosh, who says, I quote, "Swamiji's mental courage, his idealism, his uncompromising tenacity of purpose made Subhas Chandra a deathless warrior, Netaji." On this great occasion, a book on Swami Vivekananda's influence on Netaji has been released. I hope and pray that this book will throw new lights on these 2 great sons of India, and more readers may harvest newer and newer lights from this book. I must compliment Swami Suviranandaji and Swami Chaitanyanandaji along with their editorial board to present this wonderful gift to the nation on Netaji's birthday. That too, when we are through the 125th anniversary of our beloved Netaji. I am grateful to Swami Suviranandaji for having remembered me at this historic moment for this beautiful and lovely function. Thank you so very much. Netaji used to say about himself that he was blessed by Ramakrishna through Vivekananda. So let us pray to Swamiji Maharaj, and through him let us attain the stage where there is no darkness but light, there is no death but immortality. Asato ma sadgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrittor ma amritangamaya. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. O Lord, lead us from unreal to the real, lead us from darkness to light, and from death to immortality. Om peace, Om peace, Om peace. Thank you.